Norton. So Devin was also a presenter at BAM Jam 2021. So with that, Devin, jump in, man. Tell everybody about, kind of what you talked about. Share a few nuggets with those who weren't there on what you spoke about. So I seen that we've got Coach Norto that jumped on here. So I want to go over to him next. Devin Norton. So Devin was also a presenter at BAM Jam 2021. So with that, Devin, jump in, man. Tell everybody about, kind of what you talked about. Share a few nuggets with those who weren't there on what you spoke about.
Absolutely. Thanks, Hal. So yeah, when I was on stage, I talked about outsourcing and the change it's made in my life, and really how Sosa led me there. Outsourcing, I started off my journey with BAM, and really most of my life just kind of being lazy. And I talked about that on stage, how I don't really want to do much. But what it kind of showed me, through this outsourcing was that I would finish, I'd finish my tasks. I would complete hours and hours of work in a small amount of time, and I'd get bored again. I'd have to go find some other big project to then not do again. And so it actually kept me, it actually made me a lot more motivated than I was before, because it's got me thinking bigger. It's this, I used to thinking, how much can I do in 24 hours? And now I don't have a time limit. It's how big can I go? And then how do I fill in the people to take over those? So that's kind of what I talked about.
Awesome.
At BAM Jam.
That's great. So what was kind of like, coming out of BAM Jam, what was like one of your things? I know we talked a lot about the 4 F's there, a lot about goal setting, the 4 F's and things like that. What was kind of your biggest goal? Because, you've hit 6 figures, in this business. You've been through the Sosa program quite a bit. You've got a bunch of lead gens going. So business has gone great. But out of the 4 F's, right? The family, the fitness, the finance, and the faith, like what was one of the biggest goals that you set kind of coming out of that event that maybe scares you the most?
Yeah, so the first that pops in my head, immediately asked biggest goals, it did kind of scare me, because they talked about at BAM Jam, it's like you put that stuff out in the open, it becomes real, and it's a big goal. And I've already told a couple people for the sole reason that I want it to become real, but saying it publicly is a big one. But I want to be the very first person in BAM who's done 1,000 lead gens. And so my goal is to do that by BAM Jam of next year. Wow. just through my outsourcing and stuff.
That's what they call a BHAG, a big, hairy, audacious goal. Has anybody ever heard that terminology before? A BHAG, big, hairy, audacious goal, right? Something that just scares the hell out of you. So that's awesome, Devin. That's great. Well, hey, man, we're going to be here to support you. But most of all, you know how we do it, with our Sosa alum, we're going to hold you accountable. All right. So